Hey guys, and welcome to my Escape from Tarkov tutorial series. So in this series you will be getting a overview of the game. So if you haven't played the game, you don't have access to the alpha, I'll be giving a quick overview of the game, the inventory system, the trading, the modifying, the weapons system, and then I'll be going through each level individually, showing you the best routes, exactly what to do if you're a newbie, and how to escape. I am not the best player of Escape from Tarkov, in fact far from it. But hopefully you'll be able to find out some things, some strategies, and even if it's just good callouts for the different areas that we use as a group when I'm streaming, then maybe that'll help you out. But before we get into all of that, this video will be on the inventory system, the trading, the modding, and basically the menu screen before you even get into a game, because it can all be very overwhelming if you don't understand what you're doing with the different pockets and pouches and this and that. So I'm going to try and explain that the best that I can. So when you first launch Escape from Tarkov, when you first get into the alpha, or if you reset your account, you'll be greeted with these Escape from Tarkov game terms, which will tell you basically the backstory of the game. So go ahead and accept those. If you do accept them, basically it's just telling you you're going to die a lot. The next choice you've got to make is whether you choose to be part of USEC or Bear. Two PMCs, not much difference between either of them, except when you hit the Y key, your USEC guy will shout some random phrase in English. If you do that on the Bear guy, it'll be in Russian. Do note, however, that if you are planning to team up with your friends, you need to pick the same PMC, because you can't group up, a USEC can't group up with a Bear, and a Bear can't group up with a USEC. And this is for something that's going to be added into the game later on down the line. Don't worry if you mess it up. You, in the alpha anyway, you can go back to your profile on the Escape from Tarkov website and just reset your game profile. It will reset everything back to 0. You'll have to put in a new nickname, etc. But you will be able to pick the different character so that you can like join up with your pals. Alright, so let's get into the actual game mechanics then. So this is your main menu here. You've got Escape from Tarkov, which is basically play the game, your character and your trading. Your trading is your shop, but let's go into the character menu and we'll have a little look at your inventory and inventory management. So what you can see here is on your left, this is my character, and on the right is my stash. So this is all the stuff that's basically in my bank at my home or whatever. It's just in my stash. No one can take it unless I take it out on a run, and to take it out on a run I need to put it on my character to the left. So right now I am equipped with a tactical rig, a backpack, and a pouch. So what are all these slots? So I've got this weird gamma container thing here, I've got a backpack, tactical rig, and some pockets. So pockets, kind of obvious, it's your pockets. The tactical rig is the rig that goes over the top of your character where you want to store your ammo, and I'll tell you why you want to store your ammo in a second. And then your backpack is literally just backpack for storing stuff that you want to take out, that you want to bring back, that type of thing. Your pouch, the pouch is something quite special. Basically what the pouch does is that if you are to die in a run or a siege is what they're called, if you were to die in a siege, then you will keep anything in your gamma container or your alpha or beta container, whatever container you've got, and anything else on your character you will lose. Like, it will just straight up, someone can loot it, they can take anything out of it, that's totally fine, but your pouch no one can ever touch. So if you go on a run, you want to put anything of worth into your pouch, because that will be, regardless of whether you die or you escape, you will get that. Next is the tactical rig. So your tactical rig, as I said previously, is where you want to store your ammo, as is pretty much indicated by the image on the AVS here. You want to store your ammo in there. So if I take out an AKS, for example, I'm going to want extra clips from my AKS. So I would put them into my tactical rig. So as you can see, a clip for the AKS takes up 2 slots. So it will fit in here just fine. It won't fit in either of these because one slot won't fit in my pockets, but it will fit in my backpack because the backpack's got loads of slots in it. So the reason that you want to put that on your tactical rig is if you're in the middle of a run and you shoot a couple of bullets with your AKS and you want to reload, you can press R if the ammo is in your tactical rig. So what you want to do is you want to keep these in your tactical rig, because if it's in your backpack, you push R and your character will do nothing. Because you will need to, if you've only got a backpack, don't have a tactical rig, what you'll need to do is you'll need to right click on it, you'll need to come into your inventory by hitting tab, right click on it, unload, then drag the next one in, and that's how you reload. Another small nuance is if your tactical rig is completely full, say you had a lot of AK clips, or you took out a lot, which I wouldn't recommend unless you leave one slot. So say you've got a full tactical rig, you hit reload, your character will take that out, and obviously because you're in the heat of battle, instead of putting it back in his tactical rig, because he would need to take it out, pull out another one, put it back in. If you were to unload your AKS in the field, he will drop that magazine on the floor and then reload the other one. So be careful about filling up your tactical rig. Always try and leave some slots extra. The other thing is, if you've got a shotgun, then the bullets only take up one slot. If you've got a pistol, it's the exact same. The magazines only take up one slot. With the shotgun, you don't need to worry about having extra slots because you pop them in and they pop out the gun. So it's not like an actual magazine, so you don't need to worry about that. The next thing you want to look at is your pockets. Like I says, the pockets are only one slot, so there's only certain things that you can actually put into them. And then the backpack, you can store pretty much whatever you want. There's a couple of other slots on your character that I'll talk about. So you've got we've got the sling in the back. So with the sling in the back are basically, you can carry two primary weapons at once, and you can see down here they change what slot they go into. So if I were to take out a pistol, you can see V is my melee weapon. I've got an axe, but you can get a knife, or I think there's a couple of different types of knives. So you can get a knife or an axe basically, and they all do the exact same damage. It's pretty much just how they look. But you can see here that V is your axe, 1 is your pistol, 2 is your sling, and 3 is your back. And that's pretty much the only noticeable difference between the sling or the back, is just what key that you have to push. The next thing that we've got is body armor. So you can place some there's a load of different types of body armor. Body armor will protect you really well against most, well, soft shell that I've got right now will protect you really well against most small arms, so pistols, buckshot from shotguns, etc. And then you're going to need better body armor. But body armor does come at a downside as well. First off, you can't get it at the start of the game. You're going to need to level up a few times for that. And it also comes with a couple of downsides. So you can't turn as quick, and you can't move as quick. So you've got a lower maximum movement. But it does protect your chest and your stomach. It's got armor points, it's got armor class, so you need a certain amount of penetration on the bullets, etc, etc. There's a lot of different types of ammo as well, so you can get like armor pen, blah 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 blah. The next thing you've got is the helmet, which I don't actually have because for some reason the game has been really bad to me on this run, so to speak, since the update, and I've only found one helmet and I got shot in the face like directly after I found it. Then you've got your goggles, so you can place in some night vision goggles, you can place in sunglasses to reduce glare, etc, etc. There's a load of different things you can shove in that slot, and you can put on a headset. And the only headset in the game at the moment is a headset that amplifies low noises, so things like footsteps, open doors, it makes them louder for you, but doesn't make gunshots and things like that louder. So it's not like you're turning up your volume on your headset, like on your own one that you're wearing, but it does amplify very specific sets of noises, which can actually come in very handy, and they're pretty cheap. So that's pretty much all that there is to talk about with the inventory. The next tab we'll look at is the overall tab. So this is my character right now, with all the equipment that he's got on and what he looks like. I'm level 12 right now, like it says, it was just a reset, and as it says, not the greatest at this game. 47 raids, only 9 survived, 5.54 hours played. Yeah, not too bad. I've got a KD of 1 though, which I don't know if that's true or not. It seems a bit off because I don't feel like I've killed that many people. Maybe I have, maybe I have. And it's got all your stats for your playtime, etc. The PMC and the Scav things aren't available yet, but they will be made available in the future. Then you've got your health screen. So on this screen, this is a screen that while you're in the middle of a raid, you will get up by, it's pointless in the menu, but on the raid, you will get this up. And this is the main screen you want to heal from. So if you're in a firefight, you get shot in the leg, you might get like shotgunned and take some damage to your leg, both legs and your left arm, maybe your stomach if they hit you like just around this area with the shotgun blast. So what you can do is with the medkit, I've got an AI2 here, or Salawa is another medkit. You can right click it and you can hit use and it'll just pick a random area. But what is very recommended for you to do is if you grab it and you can drag it onto the different slots, and then that will heal a certain slot. And it's pretty quick to do, like once you get used to it. So don't worry about the amount of time it takes, especially in a firefight, things like that. You can always duck around a corner, med up, and then like tab out. If you know you've got like a second to do it, and it means that you can choose very specific parts of your body to use. If any of these ever turn to 0, it means it's dead or gone or missing or whatever nomenclature you want to use, and it means that you cannot heal it up. You can bandage it if it's bleeding, you can splint it if it's broken, but you cannot heal it up. If you lose your legs, you're going to be running at a very slow pace. Your arms, it's not too bad, your stomach, your chest, your head, you can get knocked out. But if you lose basically anything, you've got a chance of dying as well, so I would be very careful about that. So that's one of the main reasons that you want to choose exactly what you want to heal, because you want to make sure that nothing dies when you're in the raid, which is why I've always got a medkit in my gamma container. Most of the time what you should have is a Salawa and a medkit, and you can see that the medkit's got 250 out of 250 uses, the Salawa's got 550 by 550. Salawa's really difficult to get, but what it does is it's like a super medkit. So it can remove blood loss, fractures, toxication, which I don't think is in the alpha yet, but it can basically remove anything that is major, which takes up the space of like a splint or a bandage or this or that, and it's got 550 points. So a bandage will heal one bleeding, whereas a Salawa, you can use it on as many things until you've run out of points. So what the strat basically is for Salawa is you use an AI2 to heal up as many points as possible, then a Salawa to heal the bleed, and then that's just 1 point of Salawa gone. But I don't use Salawa right now, and I'll show you why in a second when we get to skills. So skills has been recently implemented, and it was a bit bugged at the start, but basically the way that skills work is the more that you use things, the more points that you get. So it's kind of like Oblivion or Skyrim. Skyrim didn't do it. It's kind of like Oblivion in that sense, where the more you sprint, the more your endurance levels up, and the better perks you get. So at level 4, I've got 8% increased stamina, blah 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 blah. Okay, you can check all these out in your own time, but what basically happened to me is my vitality got bugged and went to elite level. So now I've got a 60% less chance of bleeding, and bleeding can now stop spontaneously for some reason, which is just odd. So I don't take Salawa because my bleeds all stop without needing anything, which is kind of weird and cheaty, but elite level is supposed to take you a long time to get up to, but for some reason it bugged out and I got it. It's alpha, all the accounts are getting wiped, so you don't need to worry about that. Your map only shows up if you buy a map and you take it with you. Notes you can basically put on whatever you want, and this is where your quests and stuff will go when they get added into the game. So let's back out here and we'll have a look at the trading. So I've intentionally missed the modding because we'll hit that last, but let's have a look at the trading. Got a load of weird black marks, I don't understand why. Oh, it's the requirements for leveling them. I don't know why they've went black though. The game's kind of in alpha. So here you've got your traders. So you've got Prapper, aka Pavel. You've got Therapist, aka Elvira. Fence, aka We Are Legion. And Pusher, aka Alexander. So most of the time we use the names on the bottom. So Prapper, Therapist, Fence, and Pusher. Pusher, you can see exactly what everyone sells, but Pusher, Pavel is your guns, ammo, that type of guy. Therapist is your meds and your food. Fence is all your junk. He buys literally everything and sells literally everything. And Pusher is your body armor and gun mods and that type of thing, backpacks. So let's have a look at Pavel, and we'll go into his menu. So on the left hand side you can see what Pavel's got for sale. Some of these things might be black for you, and I'll show you that on Fence because he's no doubt got a black thing for me. Bow chicka bow wow. But so on the left hand side here, you'll see basically what you can buy. And say I wanted to buy a silencer for a AK. So you do that, you hit fill items, and it'll put in the 32,000 rubles out of my stash for me, so I won't need to do it. And then you hit deal, and then it adds it into your stash for you. And that's it got. I'm not spending 32 grand on a silencer though. The same with bullets. If you want to buy like 60 bullets, you type in 60, and you will learn what each of these bullets do. So you'll know that the 545x39 is your AK bullets. You'll know that these are your TT bullets. Well, it actually says TT on it for that one. But yeah, you'll know that those are your PMs. That also says PMs. But yes, you get what I mean. You'll learn what bullets go with what gun, and you'll figure everything out. The magazine's pretty similar. You'll learn that can be used on an AK, as well as like that one can be used on an AK. And then you've got some modifications for the guns, which we'll go into a bit later on. You can buy actual guns from Prapor for 26,000 for an AK. Some of the prices aren't too bad. Some of the prices, when you start getting mods attached, can get astronomical. But other than that, that's how you buy stuff. Click on it, hit fill items, it'll put in the money that you want, hit deal, done. The next thing you can do is you can sell. Be aware that certain guys or certain traders will only buy certain things. So you can see that in my stash you've got my pistols, my ammunition, my magazines, etc. Prapor will buy. He won't buy certain weapons, and I have no idea why. These two guns here are pretty much identical. He will buy the bottom one, he won't buy the top one. The exact same with my shotguns, he'll buy the top one, won't buy any of the other ones. If you know why, comment section below, honestly, because I don't understand Prapor. And so there you go, you can see that he'll buy all my guns, etc., but he won't buy my armor, my chest rig. Then if we go to Elvira, she sells food and medical supplies, etc., but she doesn't sell Salawa. And Salawa is one of the main things, but she'll buy food, medical supplies, and keys off of you, so you can easily sell all of that to her. I'm leaving Fence to last because he's crazy. Then we've got Pusher, where you can buy those earphones that I was telling you about, the headset, balaclavas, the sunglasses to reduce the glare, and backpacks. So you might be thinking, you might be looking at Pusher, and you're like, but Steeder, you says he sells armor. He does, but you need to level him up. And how do you level up the traders? So you can see on the right hand side here, I am level 12. The current attitude, basically my current statistics is I'm level 12. I'm at 0 level with Pusher, and I've got 0, what is it, respect or something they call it? I forget. Standing, I think it is, with Pusher, and I've spent 533.3 thousand. It says spent. It also means if I sell something to him, that gets added to that amount as well. So you can, if you buy and sell stuff to Pusher, so if I go out on a raid and come back with like a chest rig, I can sell that to Pusher, and that will increase my amount spent. So when I hit level 15 and 600,000 spent, he will level up to the next loyalty level and sell me more stuff. So he'll be able to sell me better stuff, and he'll also repair stuff for cheaper. I don't know if I can show you the repair screen yet. Let's have a little look and we'll see if I can show you that. I can. So okay, so here's the repair screen. You get to choose who can repair it. Prapor and Pusher are the only two people that can repair it. Pusher's got very good repair quality, whereas Prapor's only got good. So he will lose 2% of your maximum durability if you use him, and Pusher will lose 1% of your maximum durability. So the reason for that is Prapor's a lot easier to level up, so you can get cheaper repairs, whereas Pusher's a lot harder, but better repairs. So you're pushing the line whether you want to get better repairs or cheaper repairs. The next one that you've got is Fence. So let's have a look at Fence. Fence has got crazy like requirements for money, not so much for what your level is. He also takes a while to load. So bear in mind that you may think that your game's frozen up, but it really hasn't. And as you can see on the left hand side, he sells all manner of junk. But one of the things that... Oh, he also is selling some soft shell armor right now, and some of the crazy armor, which is good. So right there you seen that was blacked out and I didn't know what it was. I hit right click and then examine. It takes a little while and then your character will examine it and tell you exactly what it is. That's epic that he's selling that. I doubt I'll be able to get it though. It's probably already sold. Let's see. It wasn't already sold. And then it'll load and then you'll see that it's gone. He's also selling some soft shell armor for 15,000 a piece. So I'm going to grab all of them because I can't get these yet because I need pusher leveled up. So if I can get a hold of some armor and some really good armor at that, then I can run in on I can run in with decent weaponry, etc. But that was just a really lucky thing that I got from basically someone had sold Fence some armor and I wanted it, so I bought it off of him. So you'll see that Fence constantly updates with what people have sold him. So this AK will be something that someone sold them, and you can buy it. The same as this MBSS and most of the junk at the bottom. So he only had 5. I bought them all. Now he's not got any, so no one else can buy soft shell armor from Fence until someone sells it to them. And that's basically the way that he works. One addition to Fence though is that if you come all the way up to the top, he has trades. So normally you can see you use rubles. I can buy an AS Val, a stock for an AS Val. It'll cost me 3,392 rubles. So that's your money that everyone uses. Then if you have a look, sorry, just playing some Tetris. If you have a look at some of the other stuff, like this Colt buffer tube, requires $13. The only way to get dollars is by getting them from a raid. So currently I've got $42 just from stuff that I've picked up, so I can buy this, but if not, I couldn't have bought this because I don't have enough money. I don't have enough dollars to buy this, and he doesn't care. So like this adapter, the ME adapter for the AK, which is a folding stock adapter, it costs $100. I've only got 42, so I can't even be like, oh, like, can you give me an exchange rate on rubles? Because he just wants $100 for that because he's weird. Then on top of that, you've got euros. Where's the euros? There's one there for 614 euros. I've got 15 euros, so I can't buy it, etc, etc. But he also has some more interesting things for junk. So if you want this this pistol handle, then you'll need to be willing to go out and collect him 2 bottles of Vita Juice and 2 cans of something. I don't know what that is. Or if you want the mythical Salawa, the fantastic first aid kit, you need to pick up 5 packets of Marlboro. And it needs to be Marlboro. It needs to be this exact red and white cigarette packet. You can't pick up any of the other cigarettes. Has to be those. The same with the 2 horse statues, which is why I've got one. 10 AA batteries. So basically when you're out on a run and you pick up these items, if you bring them back, he'll buy them off you for not a very good price, or you can just trade them to him and you can get that's a 750mm barrel for a shotgun, or the MP133, which is a pump action shotgun. So that's pretty much all there is to Fence. Exact same, you can sell stuff to him. He'll buy literally anything, but at a shocking price. So if you can sell it to the other traders first, that's probably better off for you. You probably noticed that when I was with Fence, it was 13,000 spent, but all that stuff didn't update. Go out, back in, 183,000 spent. Right, so the next thing is the modding, and modding is something that you'll learn. It is very simple to do. Let's grab this shotgun. So I'll bring this shotgun down here so you can see it, and I'll bring this AK as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the shotgun. So if we right click it and go into modding, you get this view, and this is one of my favourite things about this game. So you can see from here what I've got is I've got a handle on my shotgun. No, I don't. I've got a barrel on my shotgun. No, I don't. So you can literally take off every piece of this shotgun down to the trigger assembly with a shotgun shell in it, and that's it. That's all that's on this shotgun right now. Trigger assembly, and the basic magazine assembly. So there's 2 ways that you can fix up your shotgun. So I can either drag it here like that and place the stuff in. So there you go. And that's the... what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing a magazine off it. So there we go. So that's a base shotgun there. You can inspect it and you can pull the bits off from here as well. It's the exact same. And it shows you exactly what you're missing. So there's no magazine on it. There's no handguard. There's no barrel. And you can see that there's literally just that. Most of the items do tell you what they're for. Some of them don't, and it gets kind of confusing, but most of them you can kind of tell what they're for. So this is for a 133 or a 153, both of the shotguns basically. That's for a 153, this is a 153, so you can put the barrel on it. That's for it's a magazine extension for a 153, so we pop that on it, and that's a 153 handguard, so you can pop that on it. The next thing that you've got is the extra modifications. So depending on what weapon you've got, it might have different modification slots. The shotgun doesn't have that many modification slots, but you can give it more. So this is a sprut mount, which is basically, we'll show you in the mod section. So the sprut mount goes on the end of the magazine tube here, and it's got these Picatinny rails on it, so that you can add basically anything that uses Picatinny rails. Picatinny rails is probably one of the most popular modification slots for weapons. And now you can see because it's got 3 of them, there's 3 different slots for modifications now. So I can shove on, basically what I did have on my side slot was this 25mm ring, which is an adapter so you can slip a flashlight in. But that's for that specific flashlight. Some flashlights you'll get will have Picatinny attachments on them, so you can just shove them straight on the thing. And then we save, and then that's my shotgun. Little flashlight at the bottom, you can see it all updates on this automatically for you. The next thing you can look at is the AK. And true to life, AKs are usable pretty much when they've got nothing attached. So I can remove the stock, I can remove the dust cover, I can remove this extra bolt that I've got. I can't remove a handle because that's kind of needed. So these are the needed parts. You need a handguard, a handle, and, well, a magazine to shoot things. But this here is your basic AKS. It is not great. It doesn't have great recoil compensation, blah 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 blah, but it will still levy lead towards people. And I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, then that's what you can do. And then you can slowly but surely pick up different bits for it. The dust guard, get a stock for it. You can get, I don't have a silencer for it. You can get silencers. You can shove a bolt on the side that increases its ergonomics, which means that your character will be able to handle it better and not lose as much stamina, etc. So every little piece that you put onto these weapons will affect something. I'm going to let you play about with that. I'm not going to show all of that on camera because we'd be here for about 6 hours. So the next thing that we're going to have a look at is actually playing. So we've had a look at the characters, had a look at the trading. Jesus Christ, Edo, can we just play a game? So what you want to do is you want to hit escape from Tarkov. Okay, so you will have, due to the latest update, you'll have 2 choices here. You can play as the PMC, the Private Military Corps, your main character, or you can play as a Scav. Scavs used to be only the AI. They start at a random location on the map, and you get a random set of starting gear, which you can see on your character. So this Scav right now has got a pistol, he's got what do they call them? It's not balaclava. Whatever, he's got a scarf. He's got a funny scarf, a face scarf. And that's pretty much it. He's got a Scav vest on as well, which is a tactical rig. So he will also come with some ammo for that PM that he's wearing. So I can play as a Scav, and it'll put me into, I can choose what map I want to go into, and it'll give me a gun, and basically what I need to do is shoot PMCs, extract at the same place that the PMCs extract, and not shoot other Scavs. The last part is something that many people take with a pinch of salt, because they will shoot other Scavs. It gets really annoying when you get PvP'd or RDM'd as a Scav by another Scav, but it's just part of the game at the moment because it kind of needs fixing, which I've spoken about many a time on my stream, but we'll see what happens in the future because it's just been added, so there's obviously some tweaking to go about with it. If you do, however, shoot another Scav, then all the AI Scavs will attack you on sight. So be careful with that if you are wanting to shoot another Scav, or you accidentally shoot another Scav, which I've done many a time, because when you're in the heat of battle, a PMC character can look a lot like a Scav, and a Scav can look a lot like a PMC character, so you might just pop one by accident. The next one is your PMC, which is your main character, which you've already geared out, etc. So if we hit next, then you get to choose the map. Currently there's only 3 maps in the game. We've got Customs, my favourite map, which will be the baseline of the next video, which I'll be showing you run around Customs, etc. Then you've got Factory, which is more of a team deathmatch, not a team deathmatch, a solo deathmatch type map. It is crazy, it's so intense. When you join it, you'll probably hear shots within the first 10 seconds, whereas Customs is a bit more open and you can run around, whereas Factory is very much in a factory, lots of stuff happening. Then you've got Woods, which is very open. It's a woods, like it's kind of what you should expect. So let's go on to Customs. We're not going to start a game, but I will show you. You can hit next, and in the alpha, there's a certain number of things that you can do. If you hit next again, you'll get shoved into a lobby, which is a PvP lobby. You can see the other people of your PMC who are queuing up. You can't see any of the opposite PMC, so in this case the bears or the scavs that are queuing up, but you can see any other USECs, and you can right click them, hit invite to group and join groups, etc. And then when you hit ready, it will join you into the map. The next thing that you can do is you can enable offline mode. So what offline mode does is you don't get to PvP, so it's offline mode, but you do not get to keep anything. You don't get any experience, you don't get any of the loot you take out, you get absolutely nothing. You can also enable or disable PvE, so that will spawn in AI scavs or not spawn in AI scavs, whatever you want. Then you've got random weather and time conditions. If you check this on, so if we go back into the map, you can see the current in-game time for Customs is 4:20 PM. Plays it. So it's 4:20 PM, and the current weather conditions are golf clubs, aka wind. So the wind doesn't really affect you that much, but current time is 4:21 PM. The in-game time runs at 3 times normal speed, so I normally stream at 9 PM GMT, which is either just coming to morning on Customs or just coming to pitch black, depending on the day. So every other day it will be just the break of dawn, which is pretty cool. So that's how they basically do that, which is Woods and Factory are on the exact same in-game time. Woods and Customs rather are on the same in-game time. Factory's froze at 3:28 for some reason. So if we go in and we hit random weather and time conditions, it does not give you what the actual weather and time conditions is. So sometimes you, if it's nighttime, you just want to do a wee run, you want to have a little look around, you just want to shoot people, you can take in whatever you want, ammo doesn't get used, if you die you don't lose anything. It's perfect for testing out your weapons and your firing ranges and stuff like that. It's actually a lot of fun. Just to go into offline mode and hit PvE and explore the maps. I do recommend doing this the first couple of times so you can have a look around the maps, maybe turn off PvE and see what there is. Random weather and time conditions are good if it's nighttime on a map and you want to play it on daytime, just select that on, hit next, go. If it's nighttime, then just cancel out and then start another one, go random weather and time again. Or if something that I actually do, if it's like 5 AM in game and you don't quite know if that's going to be light enough to do a PvP run, then you can unselect that, try it, load in, see, yeah, okay, it's light enough, back out, PvP run. So when you hit next, it brings you into lobby. You can't do anything. You can't invite anyone because you're just by yourself, so you can't even play with a team or anything. And then you hit ready and it will load you straight into the map after a little load time. But that is pretty much all that we've got time for in this. Well, I say all we've got time for, we pretty much covered everything anyway. In this first episode of the Escape from Tarkov tutorial series, so look out for the next one where I will be going through the customs map, showing you the best routes, showing you what keys you should take in with you, showing you what keys you should pick up, etc, etc. But as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been Steejo, you've been awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.